Good morning. Welcome to the Porch. And this is the gun series of the Porch broadcast that we're doing. We do some different things. So we've done some automotive stuff. We've done some diet stuff, health stuff, and we're doing a gun series, and it's been pretty successful. Not super, but yeah, it's been fun. But anyway, we're getting ready to do another video, and I wanted to introduce you guys to what this next project is going to be. I think you'll enjoy it. Let me get this thing, show it to you. Now, this gun, I just safety checked it and everything, so everything's fine on it. It is a Ruger Commander 9mm SR 1911. Now, I bought this gun, oh gosh, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 years ago. I've carried it a lot and I've shot it quite a bit. And the reason I bought it is it's just really lightweight. It carries good, tucks up next to your body good. And I was working on a security team, and we were carrying concealed. So I wanted to conceal this gun, and I did a lot of training, practice shooting. So I wanted to shoot the 9mm. I was carrying a 45 before that, and I wanted something that shot a little softer and was a little less expensive to shoot during the training part of it. But anyway, having said all that, here's what's going on. This gun has never malfunctioned. It's always shot very well, and it was ready to go pretty much out of the box. But at any rate, what I want to do with this gun is I want to start carrying it a little bit again. Now, I say again, I've never stopped carrying it. I still have it in my rotation. I carry this gun if I'm in really light clothing and I don't want something that prints. I'll put this guy in the inside the waistband holster and carry it, and it does real well. But anyway, we want to tune this gun. This gun is just an out of the box gun, and it functions very well, does everything it's supposed to do, but it has a few things that I'd like to address on it. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this thing out to the range behind the shop here. We're going to shoot a couple of magazines through it, and then we're going to come back in and we're going to talk about the things that can and do need to be improved on it, at least from my part. Now, if anybody else is carrying this, it'd be fine just like it is. I'm a gunsmith. I want it to be a little bit better. Okay, guys, let's go out and shoot this thing. Okay, I want to give some safety tips while we're doing these range times. And one of the things is this gun is magazine's out of it, chamber's been checked, completely unloaded, hammers down. Now, what we do as part of our protocol, and I'll explain to you at a later time why we do it this way, but we do not load the magazine in the gun or round in the chamber until I walk up to the firing line and get ready to shoot. Part of the reason for that is, I'll go ahead and explain this. We've been used to training anywhere from 10 to 30 people at a time, and the last thing we want in our protocol is loaded guns floating around in the back area of the shooting range. So the rule is you don't load a magazine in the gun or around in the gun until you walk up to the firing line. Okay, I'm gonna get started and go shooting. Clear? One of the other safety protocols that we have when that gun locks back, we look at it, verify that it's clear, and when we have a range officer on hand, he also looks at and verifies that it's clear. So we'll hear two loud voice commands saying clear. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a few minutes, go check my target, and then I'm gonna load another magazine in and shoot again. Eyes and ears. Clear. Gun is clear. So we tested the gun. There's some things we will want to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and go into the studio or the office and we're going to talk about the gun a little bit more and wrap this video up. Okay, let's go in where it's cooler. Okay, here we are back in the office after we've had a little bit of range time with this 1911 9mm Ruger. This gun has been safety checked, so everything's fine on it. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Now, when I test a gun to try to determine what it is and get a baseline on it, let me talk to you a little bit about the things that I look at. Different people will do things different ways, so I'm just telling you how I do it. I look at the functionability of the gun, fit and function, how does it work? I look at ergonomics, how does it feel? And I look at appearance. Does the gun look good? Is it cosmetically like it should be, or is there some wear that needs attention? So having said that, we found some things with this gun that it wasn't like it should be. Now, you might say, well, is that gun non-functional? No, this gun functions well, but we want to fine tune it. We want to get it past just functioning well. We want to get it to as peak performance as we can. Now, let's start with number one, functionability. There's three, maybe four things that need some attention. One of the things is the trigger on the gun is a pretty good trigger, and most people would be just really happy with that trigger. But when you put it to the wall, instead of being just really crisp, it has just a touch of movement before it breaks. I want to see about fixing that. I like that trigger break to be very crisp on my 1911s. So we're going to do some work on the trigger. The other thing is, and I'll show you a picture right quick of that, but the magazine and the slide are not working together as good as they could. It actually peels the secondary cartridge out of the magazine when you put a cartridge in the chamber. So what you got now is you got a cartridge laying loose on top of the magazine. Now, that's a weird thing. This gun's always done that, and it's always bothered me, but it never has failed to reach in and pick that other cartridge up and feed it. It always does it, but I don't like it doing that. So we're going to look at that. Not sure. There's a couple things I think that we're going to have to do to that to make that work, but we're going to take it apart and look at it anyway. Let's see, we talked about the trigger, we talked about the cartridge getting loose in the magazine. There's a rough place in the slide. When you breach it, I can feel a really rough place at one area there that it's just too rough. It needs to be a little bit smoother than that. We're going to fix that right there. So fit and function, those are the problems we have with the fit and function. The other thing that we have is cosmetically, this gun looks pretty good. I don't care much for these Ruger rubber grips, and that's also part of the ergonomics of it. They don't feel necessarily good in my hand, and they don't necessarily look good. Now, I did carry this for a long time with a set of wood grips, aftermarket wood grips on it that looked really good, but they didn't last very long. They deteriorated pretty fast, so I took those off recently. So anyway, that's the three categories. Functionability, I'm going to give it about let's measure it from a 1 to a 10. I'm going to give it about a 4 because that magazine problem is, to me, a real problem. So we'll give it about a 4 on that scale. Appearance-wise, we'll give it about an 8. It looks pretty good, but we can improve it, I believe. I think we're going to put different grips on it, but I'm not sure yet. There's a couple ideas I have. The trigger, of course, do a trigger job, but that's in the function part of it. And appearance, let's just that appearance, we're going to give it about, like I said, about an 8. Ergonomics, it's a 1911. It does everything it's supposed to do as a 1911 as far as how it feels in your hand. We're going to give it an 8 because the grips don't feel just right. So we got kind of a baseline there, and we're going to actually write this down on a piece of paper. And we've got a build plan. I'll show that to you. Fact is, we got a few things. We got a parts list. We've got a task list of things we want to do, and I'm going to show that to you right now, and then we'll go from there. Okay, what you're seeing right now is our task list and our parts list. This is just what we're going to use to keep us moving in the right direction, keep us focused on what we want to do to the gun. Okay, now, having shown that list to you and talked about that, we're going to go ahead and close this video down, and it's going to be about a month I'll be working on this gun because I can only do this in my spare time. I've got to order parts. It'll take a week or so to get the parts, then putting it together in my spare time. I'm going to take about a month, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back out. I'm going to show you what we did to it. Then we're going to take it to the range, and then we're going to go over that list of scores, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to talk about did they improve or not. And if they did, we're going to talk about what that really means. Okay, guys, I'm going to close it down for this video right now. Thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for that new video. All right, we love you. May God bless.